Guys. I'm Danny. I was going to do a video on the flow state, but confession, I've started this video 3 times now, and I'm not feeling really flow state-ish, if you get my drift. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how this marker is not flowing, but we will be entering the flow state here shortly. Have you ever seen a basketball player in the NBA get up to the line? Pressure's on them. Free throw to win the game. Oh no! My water bill is due. Brick. You probably haven't seen that. But why? What has he done to not think about his water bill? Or much rather, what kind of a state of mind is he in? So, these guys obviously are professionals. They practice this shot thousands of times. That way, when they get into the game, it's more like an afterthought, right? They're in the zone, we could say. It's like muscle memory at this point. And what does that mean? It means that what they're doing is not living in the future or the past, right? At that very moment, that guy's taking a shot, he's living right now. In this moment, the last video we talked about the anxieties of the future, the depressive thoughts of the past. Today we're going to talk about the flow state. There goes that dang cap again. All right, I'm back. Right now, that cap flew off, but it's okay. We're going to keep flowing. So we're going to keep it simple today. The flow state is where you could express your creativity very simply. Okay? This is a moment now in your life where you get lost in the moment. And you could think of people that meditate. You could think of people that paint. You could think of any activity where people express their creativity, making videos online, anything. Think about it. What is the thing that drives you? Okay? What drives you? Think about that for a minute. Drives. I said drives it. You are it. We are them. It is you. What drives you? Let's talk about that for a minute. Everyone has something that drives them. Some people have found what drives them. Some people are still looking for what drives them. Others are living maybe their flow state, right? They may be, they'll still have stresses in life. A lot of people may have just found that their job that they're doing is their passion. And so it kind of feels like they're in a flow state all the time because there's no friction. Okay? Back to flow state. So where you can express your creativity and drives you. This is usually going to be something that you find is the spark in you, within. The spark within. Right? The thing you love to do. You just get lost in it. Building model airplanes, rebuilding cars, right? It's all in the eye of the beholder. I don't really think it's necessarily fun to rebuild a car. You know, if I have something going on with my car, I'm going to bring it to a mechanic 9 times out of 10. If it's something small, I'll do it. But I don't just go working on cars because I like it. A lot of people find it's their love, it's their passion. They get into a flow state. You can get into a flow state just going to yoga, right? That's what it's all about. Yoga is about living in a moment, feeling, right? Feeling your body, feeling your emotions. We talked about emotions and feeling and all, but have you ever felt your emotions in a moment, right? The moment of now. How it makes you're relaxed and you're just free, right? Freedom. I just want to show you something here. A lot of times we get stuck in these paradigms where we're just, modern day life has us stuck, especially in the Western world here. I'm going to break this down in a minute, but a lot of times we're stuck because, unfortunately, and I just feel this way personally, you may not, this is just the way I feel. We live in a hyper consumerist environment, meaning the products and services and pretty much everything you see in social media and any other kind of media, the TV, commercials, blah, 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 etc., etc. It's all meant as a trigger for you to consume. And we consume so much that we forget about us. The passion. Is it your passion? It may be. Is it your passion to scroll TikTok for 5 hours? It might be. But was it initially made that way? Like, if you think about your life, were you supposed to be a professional TikTok scroller or Facebook scroller or Netflix watcher, binge watcher, one after another? You watching someone else's story and you're not creating your own story? It's kind of like what hyperconsumerism is. It's not expressing your creativity. It's living someone else's creativity, right? Like if you're gonna sit and watch Netflix every single day, sports every single, I mean, you might like these. It might be your passion to watch these things. Okay, this is just a video, right? And I am expressing my creativity, but this is just my opinion, and you could agree with it or not. But from my viewpoint, we live in this hyper consumerist world where a lot of times we're taking in and we're not putting out. And this can make us kind of feel dull sometimes, right? Like, what's the purpose of all this? And I'm going to do this little graph here, because we love graphs. So you have challenges and skill here. Challenges, obviously, is going to be something that challenges you. And well, it's going to give you a little anxiety, right? Anxiety. It's going to give you some anxiety learning something new or doing something bold, stepping outside of your box that you've always contained yourself in. You got to free yourself. Open the door. The door's open already. You just have to step out. Skill, right? You're going to have little skills, and then you can do these things to kind of get your skills going. Work them up. You got to start somewhere. Basically, that's the line I'm looking for. You just got to start. And So you have skill, and then this is boredom, right? So your boredom level. Most of the time you're just scrolling because you're bored. You didn't found. Wow. There's that. That's 2 times. You're going to timeout. So back to the drawing board. The boredom is going to feed this feeling of consumerism because you're just bored, man. You haven't found the spark. And so once you kind of start to work in here, you're going to find that this flow state will start to, you'll start small, gain some momentum, but it's going to kind of split the hairs here between these two. You're going to find an equilibrium here between your anxiety and your boredom. You're going to challenge yourself. You're going to build new skills, all while having fun. It's got to be fun. You're going to find growth here as you start to dive into this and you get better. It's kind of like I talked about yoga earlier. You might have some anxiety for your first time stepping into a yoga studio. You don't know anybody, a gym even. A lot of people don't walk into gyms because of this. They have anxiety. And, you don't know what to expect. You're just walking into a different situation. And so you're going to have a little bit of anxiety. But the more you go, the more you start to build on these anxieties, or not build on those anxieties, but you build against it. It starts to carve a little path through anxiety and boredom where you start to get into some fun and growth, right? You start to find that spark. And you might have to do this a few times, right? You might not hit it the first time. You might not love something, but you're getting over the anxiety of trying it. And so once you find this spark within, you start to soak into the feeling and emotions and the freedom you get from just living in the now. It's a very liberating feeling where you kind of let go of, in that moment, temporarily, the feeling of what's coming next. You're just letting life unfold for once. Accepting how life comes to you, and then you are not reacting to it in any bad way. A lot of people live in a very reactive, animalistic nature where we have our own, we're like animals, right? And so we always respond with, we're in a response type of mindset most of the time, where we're waiting for a stimulus, right? And then we're reacting to the stimulus. It's called fight or flight, right? A lot of times we're in a fight or flight mode, which is an animalistic mode or mindset, where just life's happening to us. We're not happening to life, right? We're not sitting in a moment in our flow state and feeling the moment. A lot of times we're just reacting. We're reacting to life as it comes. But you got to start creating life. You got to start just letting it happen and then living in the moment, like right now. Wow. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful feeling. So, the whole point of this is that you got to take some time for yourself. And you got to get into a flow state. You have to find the thing that drives you. And just remember this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, because your state, your eternal state, the eternal self-expression that is you, exists in the now. And it is perfection already. You are the embodiment of abundance. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Okay? And that's my message today. Just be real. And you'll find your thing. You'll find your spark. You'll find that whatever you're looking for is already there. It's waiting on you. So go get it. Stay feeling thoughtful.